Good afternoon. Please remain standing if you are able, and turn your attention to the center of the auditorium for the Mi'kmaq Honor Song and the singing of O Canada.
Okay.
Please be seated. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the unceded territory and ancestral homeland of the Mi'kmaq Nation. Our relationship is based on a series of peace and friendship treaties between the Mi'kmaq Nation and the Crown, dating back to 1725. In Nova Scotia, we recognize that we are all treaty people. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Elder Ellen Hunt, Sandy Corkum, and Roxanne Conlon for performing the honor song today. Good afternoon. My name is Craig Collins, the principal of Lunenburg campus, and I would like to extend a warm welcome to the graduates, staff, family, friends, and special guests joining us today, along with those tuning in through our live stream. Thank you for being part of this special day as we celebrate our amazing class of 2022. Now I would like to introduce our stage guests, starting with the first row to my immediate right, Catherine McLean, Honorary Diploma recipient. Don Bureau, NSCC President. Quentrell Provo, Board of Governors Representative. Jill Provo, Vice President Academic. Tara Lee Hammond, Associate Vice President Student Affairs. Tricia Donovan, Principal eCampus. George McNeary, Alumni Representative. In the second row to my far right, Paul Cantello, Director, Enrollment and Registrar. Natalie Conrad, Assistant Registrar. Don Huskins Townsend, Manager, Student Services. Blair Lipsett, Academic Chair for the Schools of Access, Education and Language, Technology and Environment, and Trades and Transportation. And Susan Sanford, Academic Chair for the Schools of Business and Creative Industries and Health and Human Services. Each year, our campus welcomes new learners, all eager, many anxious, but each filled with boundless enthusiasm. By the time we see those same learners set to graduate, we witness the same enthusiasm, but the anxiousness is gone. And in its place, a newfound confidence emerges. That's what makes this day and this month the most powerful time of the year for me and our entire campus and college team. Today, I'm also pleased to welcome students who are graduating from eCampus. We are happy you and Principal Donovan are able to join us. Graduates, so many individuals have had a role to play in supporting your journey to graduation. And I would like to take this moment to thank them. Their ongoing support and encouragement cannot be underestimated. They have contributed to your success, and I am pleased we are able to celebrate you together today. Ultimately, it is thanks to the inner strength each of you found within yourselves to balance competing priorities, whether it's caring for family, holding down a job, lengthy travel time, or health challenges. And still, you manage to meet deadlines, stay on top of your workload, and make it through the many late nights. And now you can say, I did it. I would also like to acknowledge our student leadership on campus and would ask that our Student Association executive and class representatives please stand and be recognized. Graduates, like the supporters in your private life, you have many supporters at Lunenburg campus as well. I would now like to ask our campus team to stand and be recognized. All of you. Thank you for your hard work and dedication in supporting our graduates during this extraordinary year. At this time, we also say goodbye to colleagues who've been members of our campus family, supporting students and contributing to student success in campus life. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the retirement of Linda McCallum, faculty, continuing care, and Shelley Withers, faculty-related subjects. We would like to thank them for their contributions they have made to the Nova Scotia Community College, and we wish them well in retirement. So, congratulations to the class of 2022. You've accomplished so much and should be so proud. Please know that the entire college community is absolutely thrilled to see you shine today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Anybody else find it warm in here? Or is it, yeah. Look, I have to say it's an absolute honor for me as president to be addressing the class of 2022. To be here to celebrate with your family and your friends and your loved ones, you have to know it's an absolute highlight of my year. And this year it's extra special because after a 2-year break, we are finally back in person having an in-person convocation ceremony. And that is very, very special to us and everybody in this room. You know, it goes without saying that the past couple of years have been complicated, they've been chaotic at times and very uncertain. And during times of COVID, it's been hard at times to find hope and inspiration. But you know, there were many learnings over the past couple of years that we can take into the future. I know I found myself open and hungry for learning, and I was inspired by a couple of items that I want to share with you this afternoon. In fact, there were 3. I had learnings from a quote, I had learnings from a particular story, and I had some significant learnings from a poem. And those learnings for me, I think, will take me into the future in terms of a post-pandemic world to be more successful, to be more impactful, and I think and I hope you'll find them to be the same. So the first, a quote. This is a quote I've used a lot over the past couple of years, and it was by Winston Churchill. And Winston Churchill said, during times of once-in-a-lifetime crises or disruptions, one cannot rely on experience. It's the first time in your life that you're experiencing it. You must instead rely on character to see your way through. And he went on to say that during a time of crises, you don't build character, but you actually reveal character. Well, I got to tell you, over the past couple of years, I've seen some incredible character being revealed. COVID, in particular, made us realize what was most important in our lives. It made us realize who was most important in our lives. And it made us evaluate our priorities. And it made us look at where we need to spend our valuable and precious time going forward. It also made us realize the importance of caring and supporting and taking care of others. And most of all, I think one of the most significant learnings over the past couple of years was the importance of friends. You know, one of the new terms that we all became all too familiar with was the notion of physical distancing. Remain 6 feet apart, speaking through a plexiglass. But I believe, and I would contend, that we've been physically distancing for years and years and years because of our heavy reliance on social media. In fact, I spoke to people over the past couple of years who said before the COVID, they often found themselves feeling isolated and alone. They said 1,000 friends on Facebook, but not one good friend that they could call in a time of crises. But recently, I've heard how that's changed. In the past 2 years, again, we've realized the importance of being there for each other, of supporting each other, and for caring for each other. And we realized when something was taken away, like the ability to visit somebody in a hospital or a loved one in a long-term care facility, we realized just how important being present and caring for somebody actually was. So graduates, I ask you to please, as you move forward in a post-pandemic world, don't forget about the importance of being present for people, being there, being close, to show your support and showing your love. As I think about this concept of being present and being there for people, there's a group of individuals joining us this afternoon that I know who have been present for you, our graduating class. Whether they're family, friends, loved ones, there are people in this room who have been there to support you while you've learned here at NSCC. So much to the surprise of our graduating class, you actually have one last assignment to complete before you officially graduate. And that last assignment is this. Would you take a second, please, to think of someone or a group of people in this room who have been with you during your learning journey, who's been present, who's supported you? Because I asked you to think of that because we have a tradition at NSCC, a tradition where I ask the graduating class to stand as you're able and give a wave of appreciation to somebody in the audience to say thank you for being present during my learning. So graduates, as your last assignment, please stand and give a wave of appreciation to somebody in the audience. So I would give you an A+ on your last assignment. Congratulations, you've officially completed your programs. Well done. Congratulations. The second major learning that I had a big impact on me, as I said, was from a story. And this story is about Albert Einstein. Many of you may know that Albert Einstein taught at MIT University between the years of 1933 and 1935. And during World War II, he had a group of students that he taught for 4 years in a row. And one day, his teaching assistant was giving that group of students an exam. And after the exam was over and it was being handed in, the teaching assistant realized, much to his despair, that he had given the group of students the exact same exam with the exact same questions from a couple of years earlier. Well, he panicked. He ran back to Dr. Einstein's office. He said, "Dr. Einstein, I am so sorry. I made a major mistake. I gave the students the exact same exam with the exact same questions." To which Dr. Einstein calmly replied, "That's okay if you gave them the exact same questions because now the answers are different." And that's what we faced over the past couple of years. We asked the same questions, but we had to come up with different answers. We asked ourselves, how would we learn? Different answer. How would we work? A different solution. What platforms would we use? We defined new models in which to do our work and our studying. And how would we come together to create community? It was all very, very different. In many ways, it felt like the future had arrived 10 years early. I don't know about you, but it felt like we were on fast forward over the past couple of years. And what we realized is that we could strike a balance in the way that we learned, in the way that we worked, in the way that we lived in very, very different ways. We realized that living and learning in a digitized world provided us opportunities to use platforms that were foreign to us, but are now the mainstay. Folks, graduates, my ask of you as you move forward is please to try to find big and bold and brave new answers to old questions. Be able to invent and innovate in different ways. Find new solutions. And finally, I came across this amazing poem. This amazing poem was written by a poet by the name of Linda Ellis. And the name of the poem is The Dash. And The Dash is a story of an individual who's attending a funeral of his best friend. And during the funeral, he looks at his best friend's tombstone and he realizes on that tombstone there are 3 important pieces of information. First, there's a date of birth. Next, there's a date of passing. But in the middle of those 2 dates is a little line, a dash. And this individual realized that that little line represented his entire friend's entire life. Graduates, in a moment, I will have the absolute honor of presenting you with your hard-earned credential. I urge you, I ask you to take some time to ask yourself, what do you want your dash to look like? For me, a dash doesn't represent time. It represents how you spend your life and the impact that you have on others. You have an education. You are such a privileged group now to take that education and make a significant impact on the world. Maximize that dash. You know, there's one more group I want to recognize this afternoon. It's a group that for years have been maximizing their dash and making a difference in the world. Because you see, for decades, the alumni of the Nova Scotia Community College have been making a significant impact in their communities and on those around them. So I want to recognize our alumni who are joining us this afternoon, whether you're part of the NSCC team or are in the audience. If you are a graduate of NSCC or any of our predecessor institutions or schools, a graduate of CCEDP, or a graduate of any of these programs, the Adult Education Program, the Operational Excellence Program, the Leadership Development Program, or the Leadership Essentials Program. If you're in this audience and you're a graduate of one of those programs, would you stand now to be recognized? Thank you for making the most of your dash. So in conclusion, I want to say thank you. Follow up on what our principal said. I want to say thank you to the incredible staff here at the Lunenburg campus, the faculty, the student support team, the admin staff, the people who kept our facilities clean and safe and vibrant over the past couple of years. From the bottom of my heart, please know I've deeply appreciated all that you've done during a very, very crazy time. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And I want to end by just saying quickly to our graduating class, you are an awesome group of people. Please know that we are so proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. And again, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. In just a few moments, we'll present our graduates with their diplomas and certificates. And I see some are really anxious down there to get going. I did notice, so hold with us. But before we do so, it is my distinct pleasure to present the highest recognition the college bestows on a citizen, the NSCC Honorary Diploma. An honorary diploma recognizes outstanding leadership and service to our community. It is reserved for those who, through their own innovation and commitment, have contributed to the quality of life in Nova Scotia. In every aspect, this year's honorary diploma recipient is an outstanding candidate for such recognition. Today, on behalf of the School of Business and Creative Industries, it is my privilege to present Catherine McLean with an NSCC honorary diploma. Catherine, or Kathy as she's known to many of us, has been an integral part of the college. She began her career at NSCC in 1988 as a faculty member with the Hants campus. Kathy worked at NSCC as a faculty member, a vice principal, department head, and the college's first PLAR coordinator. She served as principal of this campus and as the principal of Ivany campus, which was previously known as Waterfront campus. She first joined the executive team as vice president, people and planning, then transitioned to vice president, learner and college development, before taking on her final executive portfolio of campuses and communities. Kathy was part of major milestones in the evolution of NSCC. The introduction of tuition, That'll make you popular. The Development Initiative to modernize our learning environments. The greening of NSCC. The opening of the first purpose-built campus, and much more. It was early in her career when she developed a lens that would carry her through all of her roles, inspired by her experience in the classroom. She was still at Hant's campus when she proposed the development of NSCC's first academic policy. She saw it as an avenue of fairness and transparency for students. As she worked to develop it, she continually asked herself the question, how will this impact students? Kathy's roles immersed her in Nova Scotia's rural and urban communities. To this day, she holds a deep appreciation for the unique social and economic circumstances that shape the culture of a place, and how students bring this with them to the classroom. This perspective and her unwavering focus on how decisions impact students are leadership legacies she brought to her work each day. True to form, Kathy retired at the conclusion of the 2018-2019 academic year, once the year's business had concluded, with rounding out her exemplary service to the college. Since she has retired, she has returned and added memories and voice to the college's 25th anniversary celebration this past year, and continues to be willing to offer her support to the organization. Her legacy is in the impact she made over more than 3 decades. Her body of work is truly reflective of her commitment to NSCC's vision of transforming Nova Scotia one learner at a time. Now, it is my pleasure to ask Quintrell Provo, NSCC Board of Governors representative, to come forward to present Catherine McLean with the college's highest award, an honorary diploma. I would now invite Kathy to offer her remarks to the graduates. Do you want me to remove this? Do you want me to move this? Okay.
Wow, good morning, good afternoon now. I just want to point out, when I was around and we introduced tuition, it was $100. So don't blame me. Mr. President, platform guests, audience members, family, friends, colleagues, and graduates, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for this amazing honor. A special thank you to my family, who made many personal sacrifices over the years so I could do the work I loved wherever it took me. Thank you. I love you. Graduates, my story is no different than yours. While your name is on your certificate or diploma, like me, there are others who supported you and helped you get here today. My wish for you is that every time you look at your diploma or certificate, you think of the others who supported you on the journey and pay that kindness forward. In a world that is craving kindness, you can make a difference, one person at a time. As you leave here and embark on your careers, be prepared to expect the unexpected and occasionally laugh at yourself. Your career path will not be a straight line. It may take you to places doing work you never dreamed of doing, and I think it would be safe to say that by the time you retire from jobs in the future, you'll be working in jobs that do not exist today. If I could credit my career success to 3 key factors, they would be: don't let fear stand in the way of taking advantage of opportunities, learn to deal with adversity in a constructive way, and have a sense of humor. My career began as a secretary at an accounting firm. While I wanted to be a teacher from the time I was 7 or 8, during the 80s when I graduated, Teaching jobs were scarce. I know it's going to be hard for some of you to imagine those historic times. I needed a job and a skill. So I took the Bachelor of Secretarial Arts from the Mount. My career as a secretary didn't get off to a great start. On my very first day on the job, while walking to work, the heel on my shoe broke, so I had to hobble 6 blocks, and I was late on my very first day. A quick call home and new shoes were delivered. Crisis averted. I then had to make coffee for my boss's meeting, which included senior partners of the accounting firm. I had never made coffee before because I was a tea drinker. With help from other staff, other secretaries, I made the coffee and carried the tray into the meeting. I promptly spilled the coffee all over the table, all over the papers, and all over the most senior partner. Whew. The silver lining to that story was that I was never asked to make coffee again. As awful and embarrassing as that was, I persevered in spite of wanting to quit. While their first impression of me wasn't great, I recovered and let my skills speak for themselves. I made some valuable contacts and received great references. While I loved the work, I still longed to be a teacher in spite of the dire job prospects. I returned to university, got a BEd, and then was hired by the Mount. When my contract was terminated after 5 years, another door opened, and I was hired by NSCC. Out of adversity came opportunities. From here, my career grew in ways that I could never have imagined. A major milestone was a job very close to my heart that brought me to Bridgewater, the community that I now call home. I became the principal of Lunenburg campus and remained in this role for 7 years. This honorary diploma is even more special to me as I am receiving it here with you at Lunenburg campus. Over my 31-year career at the college, I had 8 different jobs at 7 different locations in 5 different communities. It was a wonderful career with an amazing organization. If you had asked me at my graduation many years ago, where do you see yourself going in your career? I never would have imagined having the career I did. I retired in 2019 as Vice President, Campuses and Communities. However, I want to assure you my ability to embarrass myself didn't change the higher up in the organization I went. One day, the president and I had a meeting at the World Trade Center. We left the meeting and were quickly walking back to our car through the pedway. Talking side by side, rehashing the meeting, I suddenly stopped and said, "Don," grabbing his arm, "there's something wrong with my legs. I can't move them. Maybe I'm having a stroke." We both looked down at my feet and saw that my slip had tangled around my ankles. If I ever needed to be resilient, now was the time. I stepped out of the slip as confidently as I could, scooped it up, stuck it in my pocket, and kept on walking. Unfortunately, Mr. President wasn't much help to me because he was bent over laughing so hard he was crying. While it was incredibly embarrassing, it wasn't the end of the world. The point of this story is that stuff happens to all of us, good, bad, and embarrassing. It's how you deal with it that really counts. Be resilient and learn what you can from the negative experiences. Your career journey will not always go according to plan, but what a journey you are about to embark on. In conclusion, graduates, live your life with kindness as your North Star. Have confidence in yourself. Surround yourself with people who support you and love you for who you are. Have the resiliency to turn adversity around to your benefit, and above all, laugh. Because as a graduate of NSCC, and given what you went through the last 2 years, you already have what it takes to succeed. Believe in yourself, because we all do. Look out, world. Here comes the class of 2022. Thank you.
I don't think I can top that story, so we'll keep moving along. Graduates, your faculty are here with you today to celebrate this momentous occasion. Faculty are invited to stand as graduates from your program cross the stage to celebrate and recognize their achievements. We have ensured that each graduate will have a professional photograph provided. For safety reasons, we ask that guests do not leave their seats to take photos.
Good afternoon. I'm Blair Lipset, the Academic Chair for the Schools of Access, Education and Language, Technology and Environment, and Trades and Transportation. We will now present the certificates and diplomas. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for the credentials in the School of Access, Education and Language for the Nova Scotia High School Graduate Diploma for Adults. Alyssa Croft. Jesselyn Frazier. Dylan Zachary. Mr. President, the graduates for the Nova Scotia High School Graduate Diploma for Adults. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates for the Certificate of Completion in Achieve. Candace Broom. Braden Nickerson. Quentin Slonwhite. Just wait right there, I'll call your name. Mark Stevens. Congratulations. Jesse Watson. That's it. Just wait right there. Mr. President, the graduates in Achieve. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate for the Diploma in Early Childhood Education. Shannon Uhlman. Mr. President, the Graduate in Early Childhood Education. For the information of the audience, those students who attained honors standing have this designation noted in the program. Congratulations for your outstanding academic achievement. Students whose names appear in the program but are not here today are automatically admitted to their respective certificates or diplomas.
Good afternoon. I'm Susan Sanford, the Academic Chair for the Schools of Business and Creative Industries and Health and Human Services. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Business and Creative Industries for the Certificate in Culinary Skills. Ziana Karam. Evan Gregory. Dylan Nickerson. Emerald Rush. Mr. President, the graduates in culinary skills. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates for the Certificate in Medical Office Administration. Kaylee Atkinson. Rose Berthollet. Kira Davison. Jose Dion. Chelsea Frenette. Donna Gauguin. Delana Harris. Abby Hawks. Crystal Murphy. Sophia Power. Ashley Rodenizer. Chelsea Thomas. Catherine Vino. Samantha Weigel. Amy Zink. You just hang on one sec, Tristan, okay? Mr. President, the graduates and medical office administration. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate for the Certificate in Tourism Hospitality. There we go. Tristan Weir. Mr. President, the graduate in tourism hospitality. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in business administration. William Barkos. Hayden McCarthy. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in business administration accounting. Kylie Daniels. Laura Rodriguez. Brady Thompson. Mr. President, the graduates in business administration. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Health and Human Services for the Certificate in Continuing Care. Holly Cross. Amanda DeLong. Holly Ann Hatt. Cheyenne Herman. Abigail Jodry. Hannah Lynn Noss. Karen Oikel. Emma Rober. Rianne Silver. Amber Vino. Mr. President, the graduates in continuing care. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in occupational therapy, physiotherapy assistant. Rebecca Amiro. Shaylin Barkos.
The T is silent.
Yeah. Olivia Basil. Hannah Benedict. Caitlin Dunn. Jocelyn Fernandez Pinto. Lauren Mills. Sydney Parker. Josie Ramey. Scott Seeley. It's okay. It's okay. Luke Slonwhite. Congratulations. Thank you. You're right. Murat Tasioglu. Mr. President, the graduates in occupational therapy, physiotherapy assistant. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in practical nursing. Rachel Chesney. Megan Kraus. Kelsey Gallant. Brooke Greer. Jalen Herman. Courtney Callback. Pamela LaSalle. Kenzie McDonald. That's okay. It's a big day. It's a big day. Paula Messervy. Laura Nash. Diana Nogler. Selena O'Quinn. Elizabeth Osborne. Desiree Verge. Sydney Vogue. Brianna Wolf. Mr. President, the graduates in practical nursing.
Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Technology and Environment for the Diploma in Natural Resources Environmental Technology. Amber Barkhouse. Stuart Boudreau. Veronica Burbage. Alexandra Fever. You have your card? Your card? What's your name? Tom Johnson. Keegan Mancini Miller. Chelsea Sheehy. Jesse Tulk. Samantha Watts. Mr. President, the graduates in Natural Resources, Environmental Technology. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidates who have completed all the requirements for credentials in the School of Trades and Transportation for the Certificate in Automotive Service and Repair. Ethan Brannon. Dennis Mailman. Haley Patterson. Mr. President, the graduates in Automotive Service and Repair. Mr. President, the candidates for the Certificate in Diesel Repair, Industrial and Marine. William Brigley Norwood. Kenzie Crocker. Congratulations. Lucas Fisher. Thank you. Michaela Julian. Roger Langley. Colin McClare. Xander Monroe. Riley Reeves. Jaden Watkins. Mr. President, the graduates in diesel repair, industrial, and marine. Mr. President, the candidates for the certificate in electrical, construction, and industrial. Jenny Lee Creaser. Connor Gulliver. Thomas Prentice. Mr. President, the graduates in electrical, construction, and industrial. Mr. President, the candidates for the certificate in motorcycle and power products repair. Scott Austin. Thank you, sir. Dylan Kraus. Congratulations. Adam Foster. Jerry Gauguin. Ethan Kaiser. Madison, okay? Madison Long. Angus Meisner. Jenna Mitchell. Luke Myatt. Aiden Payzant. What, didn't I get it right? Didn't I get it right? Sebastian Smith. Dylan Tupper. If you want me to go with this one.
That's all I've ever been called, even though I'm on it, so it works.
Doogie Turner. I got it. Thank you. Schuyler Van Meekeren. Mr. President, the graduates in motorcycle and power products repair. Mr. President, the candidates for the certificate in refrigeration and air conditioning. Thank you. Jordan Beliveau. Justin Black. William Dunn. Joshua Gilby. Oh. Feilong Hong. Jamie Renouf. Paris Robinson. Nolan Saulnier. Nolan Smith. Mr. President, the graduates in refrigeration and air conditioning. Mr. President, the candidates for the diploma in heritage carpentry. Brandon Burgoyne. Thank you. Norman Clancy. Congratulations. Scott Curtis. Congratulations. Steve Dyer. Jacqueline, right? Jackie Forward. Alyssa Smith. Kaylin Toomey. Congratulations. Mr. President, the graduates in heritage carpentry.
Good afternoon. I am Jill Provo, Acting Vice President Academic. And on behalf of our NSCC Employee Learning Programs, Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate who has completed all of the requirements for the College Certificate in Leadership Essentials, Nathalie Irving. Mr. President, the graduate in the College Certificate in Leadership Essentials. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate who has completed all of the requirements for the College Certificate in Adult Education Foundation's Teaching and Learning, Linda McCallum. Mr. President, the graduate in College Certificate in Adult Education Foundations. Mr. President, I present to you the following candidate who has completed all of the requirements for the College Certificate in Operational Excellence, Denise Prince. Mr. President, the graduate of College Certificate in Operational Excellence. Mr. President, the graduates of NSCC Employee Learning Programs.
Mr. President and invited guests, I present to you the 2022 graduating class of the Lunenburg campus, Nova Scotia Community College. Good afternoon. I'm Dawn Huskins-Townsend, the Manager of Student Services. Our first two student awards, the Governor General's Academic Medal and the Nova Scotia Community College Medal, acknowledge the highest academic achievement earned by a student. We now welcome Jill Provo, Vice President Academic, to come forward to present the Governor General's Academic Medal. This is awarded to the graduating student in a college diploma program who has achieved the highest academic standing. The recipient is Stephen Dyer, Heritage Carpentry. Jill Provo, Vice President Academic, is going to present the Nova Scotia Community College Gold Medal. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has achieved the highest academic standing. The recipient is Kira Davidson, Medical Office Administration. Our next award, the President's Award, acknowledges academic achievement and contribution to campus and community life. We now welcome Don Bureau, President of the Nova Scotia Community College, to come forward to present the President's Award. This is awarded to a graduating student of a college certificate program who has demonstrated outstanding academic achievement and contributed to the campus and community activities. The recipient is Jerry Gauguin, Motorcycle and Power Products Repair. We now welcome George McNary, NSCC alumni and faculty member, to come forward to present the NSCC Alumni Award. This award is presented to a graduating student who embodies the NSCC alumni tradition of excellence and ambassadorship, and whose extraordinary contributions have inspired a sense of community and pride on campus. The recipient is Dylan Nickerson, Culinary Skills. Mr. President and invited guests, I present to you the 2022 award winners for Lunenburg campus, Nova Scotia Community College. I now have the distinct honor of introducing this year's valedictorian, Scott Curtis. Scott was nominated this year as Lunenburg Campus Valedictorian and was chosen to represent the class of 2022. Scott is graduating today from our Heritage Carpentry program. Please welcome Scott.
Hi, everyone. Welcome guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, my fellow graduates, and handsome interpreters. My name is Scott Curtis, and I'm graduating today from the Heritage Carpentry Diploma program. As valedictorian, I have the honor to thank you all for being here to celebrate and commemorate our success. The success today is shared with all of you because none of us would be here without your support. This is the true meaning of Nova Scotia Community College. It takes this entire community to make this happen. It's a community that has inspired me and hopefully has inspired you. After all, at NSCC, community is our middle name. It's this community that shows the importance of diversity and educational accessibility. Different people from different ages with different goals and different backgrounds make up small class sizes and tight-knit groups that keep you accountable and showing up for others and for yourself. It's this community that provides the safety and security in learning, giving the time and space to develop and grow, to let you know it's okay to make mistakes. I should know, I've made a lot of them. I'd like to extend a special thank you to my Heritage Carpentry classmates who graciously suffered through many and many of my mistakes. You know, guys, without your help, I never believed that my woodwork would work. But after all we saw, and all that was drilled into us, with some sanding to take the edge off, I think we nailed it. Yeah. Yes, I've made mistakes, but studying at NSCC is not one of them. Like many of you, it's been one of the best decisions I've made in my life. To quickly share my personal story, before starting the carpentry program here at NSCC, I had never used any power tools before. Truthfully, I was always intimidated by them and avoided them at all costs. I've never publicly admitted this before, but on my first day, with a brand new toolbox full of brand new tools that I didn't even know the names of, let alone how to use them, I walked past the classroom several times, trying to gain the courage to go in. I was too intimidated to show my face. I was so inexperienced. I felt like I didn't belong here. I began to think, I wonder what the return policy is at Home Hardware. But after walking by 3 or 4 times, with my arm going numb from carrying around this heavy toolbox, I opened the door and finally walked in. If you were like me, learning was hard. Frustrations of work, suffering from imposter syndrome, COVID lockdowns, school shutdowns, navigating online learning, and all the little things in between. More than anything else, these were the challenges that have best prepared me for the future. Learning determination, flexibility, and adaptability. It was uncomfortable, but something told me to persevere, to keep going, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Let's face it, learning is uncomfortable. Trying something new is uncomfortable. Almost as uncomfortable as a teacher asking a question on Teams to an entire class in absolute silence. That's for you guys over there. Thank you. We've all felt it. But you can always ask questions, get help, and find support. So remember, in your life, when you see an opportunity, the first step is to walk through the door. As I look to you, my fellow graduates, I'll admit that I may not be the ideal person to be lecturing on life, and I may not have the wise advice that comes with old age, but I want you to consider these 4 things. I hope you're proud of what you've learned here and all that you've done. Your knowledge and experience has unlocked a whole new world of possibilities and exciting career choices that you can now pursue. I hope you remember to celebrate your personal measure of success, whether you measure it in completing your studies, starting a career, or simply gaining confidence in yourself. Whatever adversity you had to overcome, celebrate whatever makes you proud to say, I did it. When looking into the future, I hope you're optimistic. I hope you never stop seeking out new opportunities and you remain curious and inquisitive about learning in your life. And finally, I hope you have the courage to explore new things and the determination to stick to your decisions. As I look back at my time at NSCC, I'm very proud of what I've done and what I've learned. The classroom that once intimidated me has become so familiar that I am truly saddened it is now coming to an end. But I am grateful that I can look back on my time here with pride, and I will fondly remember my instructors, my classmates, and the time we spent here together. While the future may be uncertain, I am incredibly glad I started mine with NSCC. I hope your time here has proven that your future is built by the decisions you make. And so, we will celebrate today, and tomorrow we'll get back to work. Congratulations, NSCC Lunenburg Class of 2022.
Thank you, Scott, for representing your classmates in such an outstanding manner. I would ask Craig Collins to come forward to present the Valedictorian Award.
Great job, Scott. Thank you. This brings us to the end of today's convocation proceedings. I want to extend a sincere thank you to everyone who contributed to make this convocation ceremony possible today. Graduates, after receiving your credential on stage, you were presented with your NSCC alumni pin. We hope that from this moment forward, you will wear it proudly, because today, when you shed your gown, your connection to NSCC does not end. In fact, it's just the beginning. Yesterday you were students, today you are graduates. Forever you are NSCC alumni. Would everybody please stand if you're able for the recessional, and remain standing until the stage guests, led by our president, staff and graduates, have left the podium. Convocation has ended.